Adventures of Neeko and Carmine. Episode 1. Neeko and Carmine's Magical Map Quest. Neeko and Carmine grew up together. They loved to play and fly around under the watchful eyes of their parents, who always kept a close eye on them and always knew exactly what they were up to. Neeko was always trying to talk Carmine into doing things that sometimes they shouldn't do. One day Neeko was trying to talk Carmine into agreeing to go on a special adventure. He just wouldn't quit talking to him about it. As usual, Carmine agreed to go along with the plan. The plan would involve a deep adventure into the forest. The forest was so big that most of those who lived in the forest never saw the entire forest, only parts of it. And no one ever traveled to the forbidden parts, no matter what. In the evenings, the forest became dark and it made it a little scary. Sometimes, the only light was the light of the moon and the fireflies that would fly around the trees and the tall grass. But during the day, it was always fun and full of life. Everything lived and played in the forest. Some in the trees, some in the valley, and some in the water. There was always plenty of food and sometimes, even the bigger animals would come out to have a look around. They seemed to be protecting everyone in the forest. This adventure begins with a shiny, golden stone. This stone was being protected by the boss. His name was Tony the Beak. Nobody messed with the boss. Nobody. One day, while flying over the forest, Tony the Beak spotted Neeko and Carmine standing over his secret prized possession. His shiny, golden stone. He panicked because this was to be his secret. Now, these two have stumbled on his treasure that he kept hidden under a heavy leaf. Super worried, the boss swoops down and warns them not to bother the stone and to tell no one what they have discovered. Deep down, he was thinking that now everyone will know. There is no way to keep something this special a secret. That night, Neeko fell into a deep sleep. He began to dream about that stone he had seen earlier in the day. It wasn't any ordinary dream. It seemed real somehow. He also dreamed of an odd, glowing map up in a tree branch. In the dream a strong breeze came along and blew the map open and a glowing stone came out and fell to the ground. The next morning, Neeko tells Carmine all about his dream. He thinks there must be something to it, so he suggests they go and talk to the wisest person in the entire forest, Oliver the Owl. If anyone will know what the dream means, he will know. So Carmine again says, "Okay." So, Neeko and Carmine begin to tell Oliver about the boss's golden stone, the dream, the glowing map and how it fell to the ground and everything. Neeko tells Oliver that he wants to go into the forest to find the spot that was in his dream. He says he just knows he will find that map. Oliver gives him a stern look as if to warn him of the dangers of getting lost and other things. But Neeko wouldn't listen and asks Oliver to go with them to show them the way. Oliver knew where the tree and the map was because he had seen it many times while he flew through the forest. It was not far and Neeko and Carmine would be safe. So he says he will do it. Oliver points the way and tells them the real story behind the Golden Stone, the map, and what many call the Great Golden Valley. But that the valley was in the forbidden part of the forest and no one knew the way for sure without the map, and the stone and without reading the special instructions on the map. So as they were getting ready to go, Mrs. Oliver swoops down and tells Mr. Oliver that supper was waiting on him and that it was time to come home. So Neeko and Carmine set out on this adventure themselves, and they head out into the darkening forest. That night there was also a strong breeze that made the trees saw back and forth, and little did they know that this breeze would give them exactly what they were looking for. The map. After a while of walking and seeking the exact spot Oliver had told them about, suddenly they stumbled on the glowing map. They couldn't believe it. They found it. They rushed back and found the boss and told him all about everything Oliver had told them. About the map, the dream, the Golden Valley, and everything. They also told him that there were special instructions on the map with strict directions on how to build it. It would work when just one stone was placed in the center of the compass. Then, with the map, the stone, and the compass, it would become clear as to where this Golden Valley was located. Tony was so excited that he ordered the smartest and hardest working birds to help construct the compass. He hired his cousin Joey P. to supervise the project. Once the project was done, Tony the boss, Neeko, and Carmine met in secret to see if it would work. So they placed the stone in the center of the compass and consulted the map. They made their plans and took off for the Golden Valley. They flew and flew for what seemed like forever. They finally found a branch to rest on. After a few minutes, Carmine sees a golden glow coming from an opening in the side of a hill. They swoop in to see if this could be the opening to the Great Golden Valley. You guessed it. It was the place. It was more beautiful than any place they had ever seen or dreamed of. It was an entire valley of thousands if not millions of golden stones. All just as beautiful as the special stone that Tony had hidden. Now, however, Tony was not concerned with hiding his special possession from anyone. He wanted everyone in the entire forest to hear about the Great Golden Valley. The good news quickly spread throughout the land that the stories were true. There really was a Great Golden Valley, and the secret stone and the map with the special instructions had pointed the way. It only took a little faith and following the map, and this beautiful paradise had been found. Now, everyone can come to this place, and no longer is it a forbidden place. Now, Tony, Neeko, Carmine, and the entire forest can't stop talking about their new discovery. And Carmine is glad he went along with another one of Neeko's adventures. I wonder what's next. Come back again next time to see what else happens with Neeko and his friends.